Hey guys, Charai5 here, and it is currently December 24th at the time of this recording. This recording should be going up by midnight tonight for Christmas, and I just wanted to make a quick video. I was going to record myself, but I'm super a mess right now, so I'd rather not. It's too much work to get ready for something going on screen. I don't know how long this video is going to be. And I did something very similar to this at the end of last year. I believe it was also for Christmas. It might have been for New Year's, but in any case, I just wanted to make a video where it's just kind of like one-on-one, you know? Some alone time with you and me. Basically, me and you guys in general, not just you in particular hearing this, but all of you collectively that are watching this. A little bit of a podcast kind of thing. I don't know if one can do a podcast by himself. I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe. But to get to the point, what I wanted to do was just kind of recount the year and show my appreciation to everyone that helped make 2016 the year that it was. Because I know that a lot of people consider 2016 to just be a terrible year, and this year is going to probably go down in infamy because of so many things that happened, so many world events that impacted the world in a pretty negative way, and that's very unfortunate. We lost so many important actors this year, and it really sucks, because, like, looking back on it, we really did lose a lot of great actors, great stars, due to just very, very unfortunate circumstances, stupid things that happened. But all in all, we've banded together and survived this year, I will say, so that's something that's good. But while the rest of the world may consider 2016 to be a world that will forever go down in infamy, I will always consider it to be one of the most fantastic years I've ever had, because this year had a lot of firsts for me, and I couldn't be more happy with the things that happened this year. Right now, I'm so blessed to be in the position I am. There are only a couple of things I can think of that would just make my life even better than what it is now, fortunately. And I work so much better when on a script. That's why I like scripting a lot of things, because I can get my points across in a more easy way. When I'm improvising stuff, I have a way of more of a hard time. Like, see, I'm struggling to find the right words to say. A lot of people think that I'm a very smart person because of the language that I use in my videos and such. And I mean, I tend to use those words in a very quotidian, day-to-day basis, but I also plan those things out, you know. When I'm trying to sound smart in casual conversation, I have a hard time doing it because I stumble on my words a lot. I forget certain words that I'm trying to say, and it takes me a while to get a sentence out because I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say, and I'm not really quick on my feet. In fact, a lot of people often question who the real me is, you know, because I've been known to be a very serious guy, an asshole, a really funny guy, you know, and it really depends on the context I'm speaking in, because during streams, the streams that I have with my friend Cassie, it's joking for like 4 hours straight. Like, I tend to not touch on heavy subjects at all. Pretty much everything we say during the streams is just joking around and messing around, and I don't like touching on like heavy subjects, because there's no point, you know. We're all there to have a good time, and we look to have fun with anything that we say, but there are other times where, you know, I'm talking one-on-one with other people, and I try to be as serious as I can be, because, you know, during my high school years, everything was a joke, you know. Like, I didn't really allow myself to talk seriously with anyone. And, you know, I don't know, I feel like that was more of a choice for me than anything else. And YouTube has never really been an outlet for me to talk about very serious subjects because no one really watches the videos where I get pretty heavy. And my Everything Wrong With videos, those are jokes 100%. Like, from beginning to end, it's just jokes. Like, the real me kind of comes out in the end slates, but that's about it. Like, even then, that's scripted. It's barely improvised at all. And, you know, I can be an asshole depending on what mood I'm in, depending on what happened to me personally, or what the subject at hand is. My points of view often differ from a lot of people. But, you know, these are all things that comprise me as a person. That's really besides the point. I started talking about that because, you know, I do want to get points across, get a little personal, get a little heavy. I rarely do these things, and not a lot of people watch it. That's mostly why I don't ever make videos like this. But if you're watching, again, I want to thank you because you're part of that percentage that I'm super grateful for. You're part of that percentage that I'm glad to serve as an entertainer. I know that sounds kind of like, oh, you don't owe us anything, but like what I mean is I'm happy to entertain. That's something that I've always wanted to do ever since I was younger. I always wanted to be, even when I didn't know what I wanted to be, I always knew that I wanted to help people, you know, and if I can help people by making them laugh or making them feel emotional about something when they need to, I like making other people feel stuff, you know, whether it be feel good because they're laughing or feel emotional because of personal experiences or what have you. I love doing that in general. I love entertaining. I like captivating people. And I feel like this year I reached out to so many different people through streams, through videos, through whichever means possible. And it's all, honestly, I said it, I think, last year, and I'll continue to say it. I'm nothing without you guys, you know. It's because of you guys that keep watching every day and have me in your thoughts and help me out with stuff like this, that I'm able to continue to do what I love. And I mean, even if it's not enough to live on my own at the moment, it's still fantastic that I'm able to be productive doing what I love and to practice what I love. That's the most important thing to me. It's because of you guys that I was able to travel by myself for the first time this year. I went to too many games, and I feel like I sing Too Many Games' praises way too much. But the thing about that is, it was the first time for me that I ever went to a convention. So it's like the first time I ever traveled by myself from Mexico to the States. It was the first convention I ever went to. Hell, I think it was the first time I ever stayed at a friend's house. Now that I think about it, too. Damn. But, like, all these experiences were thanks to you guys. Like, I had the courage to just do it, you know? Usually I would be too afraid, and don't get me wrong, I was very afraid when traveling because I was like, oh, I've never done this by myself, and I have to go through customs and gotta find the gate, and but everything worked out gratefully. No delays, nothing happened. Everything was super safe. I met so many wonderful people at Too Many Games. It was amazing. It was an amazing time to hang out with my friends. I got to meet my online friends for the first time. That was another first. Like my friend Dylan, who I've been friends with for 7 years now, and that we've only ever really been friends online. I got to meet him and his family for the first time in person, and it was an amazing experience. Like, I was so happy, and like nothing was different between us. Like, we got to be the same people that we are online, but in person, and that was super precious to me. I got recognized at the convention, and I met so many wonderful people, and I'm just, it was a great experience for me personally, you know, like just being with friends and doing the things that I did on that trip. It was amazing. I felt super safe. I felt super loved, you know. It was the first time, like 2016 was also the first time that I ever streamed. I believe back in March with the Autoimmune Disease Awareness Month charity fundraising that I did for ARDA with the help of my friends who were there supporting me all the way through, and to the lovely people that donated on that stream. It was tiring. I think I did like 2 different 12-hour streams or something. I don't remember. But it was the first time I ever streamed, and I did not know what I was doing, and I look back on it, and I still stream, and things are so different now. Like, I'm much more comfortable being on camera than I was last year, and I'm more comfortable with my sense of humor because now a lot of people share that sense of humor. And, you know, raising money for that cause was amazing to me, and I loved doing it. And then we did the Extra Life stream, which was even more successful. My first stream and my first charity organization as well, which, oh my goodness, so many firsts. I can't believe that I'm at a point in my life right now, like, where I'm almost close to 80,000 subscribers. Like, I didn't grow as exponentially as other channels do. Like, some channels just get so lucky overnight. And I mean, that's all this is, you know. There are some really talented people out there, but that go unnoticed because, you know, they haven't been lucky enough to get noticed. And other people that are no different from those talented people that get noticed overnight. And they are very talented people, but they get noticed so much more quickly. And I'm just super grateful that I got noticed as well, and it was due to something that isn't even my own creation, you know. Like, I'm super thankful to these wonderful people that haven't sued me and that haven't taken my videos down, and they've allowed me to entertain you guys and to make you guys laugh. It's super amazing that every time I upload a new video, like, I see so many comments, you know, singing my praises, saying how funny I am and how they always look forward to a new video, and that always warms my heart, and it keeps me going, you know. It keeps me wanting to do these videos, and it keeps me wanting to do more, and it keeps me motivated to continue to make these things for you guys, and I want to put out the best content I can for you guys. And I've, like, many people have told me that I've just done so much of a better job with what I've done in, like, recently, and that it means a lot to me that people say that, because it means that they've noticed that I've grown, and that it means that I have grown, you know. At least in these people's eyes that tell me these things. I've learned a lot about the craft that I do, about video editing, about animating, audio mixing, all this different stuff. The friends I've made this year are just incredible, you know, like, they're some of the closest people I've come into contact with, and it just, to me, looking back on that, it goes to show how just incredible life is, you know, and how out of the left field things can become, you know, like, someone that you meet one day, you're just like, whatever, you know, it's just someone, it's just a person, and then you're still talking to them, like, 10 months later, and they've become one of your closest friends, and, you know, it's just, circumstances are so amazing, because you never know when you're going to meet someone one day and how that person is going to impact your life, and in what way, you know, because negative or positive, they're still going to impact your way in such a huge manner, and you're not expecting it whatsoever, and that just happened to me so many times throughout this year. So many people that are near and dear to me that I just met, you know, this year, and it's incredible because I feel like I've known them for such a long time. And, you know, of course, no year is without its highs and its lows, but, you know, those lows really push you forward, and although I've had a lot of lows this year, they haven't been powerful enough to weigh out the highs, which I think is also a first in my life, because usually I have a lot of really powerful lows, and, you know, the highs are interspersed between, but they're not, while they are very meaningful, I feel like they're not meaningful enough to, you know, take my mind away from the lows. And this year it was just the complete opposite for me. Like, I got to focus on my career, let's call it, and just find myself and be happy. And while I'm, you know, I've often said that I don't want to ever be happy, because it means that I'm going to conform, you know, like, I'm going to be stuck in the same place, and I don't want to be stuck in the same place. I want to keep advancing. Like, I'm not saying that I'm not happy. I'm not saying that I'm not content with where I am. I very much am. I'm very much glad that I'm in a place right now that I'm comfortable with, that I'm happy with, but I don't want to consider myself a happy person, because, you know, again, it won't push me to do more. So I don't want to conform to what I have, is basically what I'm saying. But again, I'm just super thankful with the circumstances that I've been blessed with. I don't know if I'm repeating myself too much. I just like rambling on a little bit. That's why I'm saying that this video might be a little long, because I do like talking. And again, just to be super thankful with all you guys that have joined the channel and that have watched, and especially those who watch the streams. I like to consider Cassie and me as a comedy duo, where it's not the video game that counts. It's what happens during those streams, and all that is just, we're like a live Let's Play channel, essentially. Like, we don't stream every day, but the days that we do stream is just a treat, you know, because if we streamed every day, I wouldn't have time to do anything. Streams often help me boost my morale. They take my mind off of whatever's stressing me, and I feel so much better. There have been many a time where I'm just not in the best mood when the stream starts, you know, like I'm in a pretty crabby mood, I'm in a very sarcastic mood, and then by the middle of the stream, or like 10 to 15 minutes in, I'm just jovial again, because, you know, we're having a good time and we're just laughing. And I think that's a very precious thing to have, especially since I can often tend to be a pretty I can be a downer sometimes, and that's something that I've noticed a lot too, you know, like I unfortunately, and I don't know if this is unfortunate or fortunate, but I notice that I tend to attract a lot of depressed people, a lot of people that are going through anxiety and struggles and their own personal demons. And I mean, everyone is, but some more than others. And I noticed that a lot of people that show up to my streams and that watch my videos are suffering through problems like this. And I'm thankful, you know, I'm thankful that I'm able to help these people, because they've told me. I'm not putting anyone's words in their mouth, because I don't know how they're feeling. I don't know how they're feeling day to day, but if I am helping them, then I'm glad that I'm able to. If I'm not, then I'm sorry, but I really want to help through comedy or through empathy, sympathy, whatever way I can help them. Everyone goes through their own stuff, and God knows that I went through my own stuff too. You know, I grew up with anxiety, and I thought that I'd gotten rid of it, but when I found out that I had anxiety as a kid, it made me realize, like, whoa, I'm still anxious. I've gone through depression, as most people have, and it's over, you know, things that don't really matter much. I mean, they matter to me, but just in general, looking at it, it's like, why am I even upset about something like this? Personal demons and everything, and I could say the same thing about other people, but you just know that I've gone through that too. I'm not a perfect person. No one is. I just try to be the best person I can be most of the time, because other times I'm just a shitty person, and the reason that I'm that way is because I'm not in the best mood, and, you know, circumstances hit me hard where I'm just super crabby and I'm very mean to people. But I don't want to pretend that that's not who I am, you know. I do get upset, and I do get mad at people, even when it's not their fault. Through no fault of their own either, you know, like they could be the nicest person to me and I'm just in a terrible mood. But we power through those moments, you know. Like I've been having more positive outlooks on life, looking at things in a more positive view than in a more nihilist, negative, quote unquote realistic point of view. I don't know. Circumstances change you, and all we can hope to do is be a better person. But enough about that. You know, I ramble on for decades, because that's just who I am. Again, I want to thank just everyone who has supported me and what I do throughout another year, and I will never stop being thankful for you guys. If I could meet all of you and give you a big hug, I definitely would. I mean, I look at myself, who I was at the beginning of this year, and I look at who I am now, and I'm sure me back then would be super confused about the me right now, you know, partnering up with companies to promote their their material, to promote their just doing ads for certain products, cutting my hair and dyeing it white because we reached an incentive for a charity to help kids in need. Like, I never in 1,000 years did I think we were going to reach that incentive, and I didn't think that I would have dyed my hair and fix everything wrong with in 1 month. Like, that's crazy. How could I ever do that? Like, I don't know. It's all thanks to you guys. To all the people who donated during that stream, and to all the people who have just wanted more. Of course, not everything is sunshine and happiness with the Everything Wrong With videos. There are always people who complain, people who don't get the joke, people who are not conformed with the joke, because I've got a lot of comments like that recently, like, oh, there's so much more you could have talked of, but whatever. It's like, well, I mean, give me an example. You know, I'm pretty sure I could refute whatever you're going to say. I do watch the whole videos. Because, for example, there are a few videos where, like, oh, you skimmed over, like, the last part of it. It's like, I didn't skim over it. There's just nothing I could say. Nothing I could make fun of. Nothing that I found wrong with it. You know, like, anything that I could have found wrong with those segments, it's just me stretching, and it's not funny. You know, like, that's not what I aim to do. Or just people who take it way too seriously and don't understand what's going on. People bitching about the disclaimer every single video. And, you know, like, I've wanted to make a video. I don't know if I should, because at that point it's just like me giving in to people being dumb. Because, like, if you want to skip the disclaimer, every disclaimer, like, look back on it. Seriously, every disclaimer is half a minute long. You can bother to click on it, but you can't bother to scrub through the video. Seriously, all you have to do is just click L, like, press the L key 3 times, and you can skip the disclaimer. That's all you need to do. I'm not even kidding. If you don't want to scrub through it and you want to be even lazier, just hit the L key 3 times. There you go. So that's stuff that I have to go through on a day-to-day basis. There's a negativity of some people, but, you know, it gets to me. It gets to me, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be like other people. It's like, oh, no, you blow those people off. It's harder. It's harder than a lot of us care to admit, but, you know, it's also whatever, you know. Eventually you're gonna forget that, and it's not gonna matter eventually, so why not start now? I was able to grow artistically as well, you know. I did art for people, and more people are asking me to do art for them, and I like to think that how, like, my digital art has improved. My traditional art, I don't think as much, because I don't really do traditional art much because I don't have time to anymore. Like, I don't really do art leisurely anymore. It's usually always for a video or for work or whatever. I would love to, though. I would love to get back to other projects that I have that are personal. My animation, I'd like to think, has improved as well. Like, despite me wanting to be an animator, and I mean, I am. It's just, like, not a very good one. I do like to think that I've improved greatly. You know, singing. While I don't do it much, I like to think that I've also improved on that a little bit. But I guess we'll see. 2017 has so many things that I have planned out and that I hope to be able to release with friends, personally. A lot of projects that I'm working towards and looking forward to working on. And I don't know what next year's going to bring, but I know it's going to be great. As the years have gone by, they've only gotten better, so I can only hope that 2017 remains with that constant of me just improving what I do and being better at it. And I really can't thank you guys enough, and you are all the reason that I do what I do. And to me, it would be wrong to not thank you guys, because I'm nothing. I'm nothing without the people that watch and the people that support and that share and are just always there. And I apologize if I'm not able to reply to every single one of you. Unfortunately, like, there are some people that I just can't reply to, or that, you know, I want to be fair, you know, like I don't want to reply to some people and not reply to others. Sometimes I just don't want to, you know, and like I feel like that's perfectly fine as well, because I'm not obligated to reply to anyone, but I wish I wish I did more. And I want to keep doing more. I want to keep bettering myself. I want to keep being funnier to you guys, and part of me kind of feels like if I want to do that more, I should, because people take the everything wrong with stuff too seriously, so I want to make something less serious. So maybe I'll go back to what I've thought about and do that religiously for a while. Unfortunately, that probably will take away a lot of my time for other projects, but I really enjoyed doing the first one, and it's been 10 months since I did that, so I really need to work on the one that I've been working on for months now, but that I haven't been able to work on because of other projects that I want to release. And I brought Creepy Month back this year, which was kind of a hit with everyone. I had to take down the videos due to a certain copyright strike with an author that got really upset due to her own agenda, and it was really stupid. I contacted a lot of the other authors, and they were like, dude, you're totally fine, don't even listen to her, just put the videos back up. And I will, I just need to, you know, take my time to do that. A lot of them, most of them didn't even reply back, so, you know, I let them know beforehand. I guess I'm just gonna put them all back up, except for the two of that one author that just didn't appreciate what I did at all. So yeah, I really don't know what else there is to say. I guess I've rambled on for long enough, and if you've listened up to this point, again, super thank you, because it's like half an hour of just this one guy just talking in your ear. But know that I really do love you guys, and that I can't stop saying it enough. I'm super thankful that you guys have stuck around, and that I want you guys to know that you've impacted one person's life far more than he's impacted yours, you know, like, I like to think that I've impacted people's lives, but not as much as you've made an impact on mine. You guys allow me to do what I love for, maybe not a living, but, you know, it's good enough, to the point where I'm content. You keep me motivated, you keep me happy. And no amount of things that I do will ever be enough to show how grateful I am that I have one of the nicest, I like to think, that's how I view you guys, one of the nicest followers on the internet. You know, a lot of communities can tend to be toxic, and, you know, mine can be too from time to time, and that's unfortunate, but the people that support me the most are part of the nicest community I've ever seen, and I'm super thankful for that. And I just want to, despite, you know, starting off as videos that you would think promote negativity, what I want to do most is promote positivity towards other people. Like, I do everything that I do in good faith. I don't do it to hurt anybody. I do it, in fact, for the opposite reason, to make people laugh, and so that other people can be inspired to help others. And I think I'm content in knowing that I've achieved that. So, from the bottom of my heart, the entirety of my soul, thank you so much for listening, for being there for me, for supporting me. Again, I've said that far more times, I think, than needed. So I'm just going to wrap this up. Happy holidays. If you celebrate Christmas, if you celebrate Kwanzaa, if you celebrate Hanukkah, whatever it is you celebrate, if you don't celebrate it, whatever, you know, that's not the point. The point is to be happy and to be with the ones you love. And even if you don't have anyone that you love, well, then you spend it with yourself, because you should love yourself too. I mean, that's the most important. Spend your time with the people that love you and that you love. That's what we all have to remember. To love, even if you're not loved, you know. It's such a beautiful feeling. And again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. And here's to a very meaningful and happy 2017. I will see you guys then. Thank you so much. This is Char I5, signing off.